Hey, welcome everybody to my Sunday stream here on lichess and Twitch. My name is Slaggy on Twitch, and we're playing under the account Sparkle Horse on lichess.org. My real name is International Master William Pascal. Again, Sparkle Horse on lichess, and tonight it's Sunday. We're doing, for the first time in a number of weeks, we being me, aka the stream, we are doing a 25-player a simultaneous exhibition for up to 25 players. And entries are limited to those 25 players. I want to make sure anyone who's a subscriber to the stream definitely gets to play. It's a really pretty long game. It can last up to 3 hours. Got a notification. What is this? 7 seconds ago. Someone left a message on my video. Okay, that is... Hi. Okay, I guess that means he's here. So, we are going to be playing up to 25 players. I'm going to start taking entries. I'm going to open the simul. Admission is only $20. Now, don't lie, Bob. That's not nice. Deceiving these people who are just watching. Clash Kid resubscribed. Awesome, you guys are great. Yeah, please subscribe and support the stream. We haven't been that active in the last couple of weeks because of a combination of factors, the tournament and the holidays. So you may not have seen my stream if you're hanging out on lichess or Twitch, but I'm usually streaming like 6 days a week. 6 months in a row subscriptions for Clash Kid. Clash Kid, I'm taking it you're going to play in the simul tonight. Awesome. Thanks for supporting the stream for 6 months in a row. I don't think that too many people here can boast that. We've got a few, maybe. Nefidov is a competitor. Nefidov, thank you for support. Bob, absolutely also. He may be supporting us for as long as 6 months. So thank you guys for subscribing. I mean, it's really a big deal just to have 20 or 30 or 40 people supporting the stream with subscriptions. It's awesome. Next time, get yourself closer to the shaving blade. Yeah, I'd like to mix it up, Nefidov. So sometimes we go with the unshaven look. Sometimes we're good. Sometimes I let it go pretty far. But I've been under the weather and I'm still not completely better. So I haven't really been feeling up to my regular routine. Usually on Fridays I go out, and I didn't have that inclination this week, so I'm looking pretty sloppy. Anyway, guys, let me know who's going to play in the simul here. I'm going to open the entries now. It's 40, 30 minutes extra for me. This is my longer version simul that I haven't done in a while because basically every week I've had a team game. This is one of the only off weeks when I've been able to do the simul. Last week was a holiday. And I think the last 2 weeks were holidays on Sundays. So I basically couldn't do the simul for like 3 or 4 weeks. And before that, it was always like a 30-30. So it's 40, can last 3 hours. I'm going to make sure I'm going to try to get the subscribers in there and the players who are regulars. Most of you guys are, because you guys are the only ones that know that I'm doing this. Morales, it's great to see you. It's been a long time. Clash Kid. Antonio, thanks for subscribing. Clash Kid. Parmenides is a regular. Negro Modelo, I think we played a couple times. And Mate in 123, I'm not sure about. I guess apparently we played once. It looks like I might have lost. That's not a good sign. Your score is 0-1. Yule 1500, we have played before. So that's 11 players. I can take up to 25. I'm going to wait a little while. I mean, it's not essential that we have 25 players. The problem is because I haven't been streaming regularly lately, a lot of people don't know about my stream. Regulars who forgot about it, and then other people aren't really aware of it. So I've been back. 3rd month already. Thank you, Antonio. That's awesome, man. So we're going to be streaming 6 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. And I want to make sure nobody has like completely provisional accounts like Flash, YT. I'm not going to accept that. And you guys have to promise me you're going to play the simul if you register, and I accept you, okay? Mathias Livera, looks like Paraguay. Awesome. So this is a turtle sign. I like that though. That gives you a better, approximation of how long these simuls take. This game can last up to, basically last up to I'm just dissing apples here. 200 games. All right, just be aware, guys. It's up to 3 hours. Shadow Chess has challenged me to 40-40, but that's not how it works. Shadow Chess, you have to actually come to the simul. Somebody has to actually come to the simul and register here on the page. Yevgeny, guys, but before we start, I just want to, hey, Ornikar, you upgraded to lichess streams. You might want to complete my streamer. Okay, thanks, Ornikar, for reminding me, because you know what? Everything slips through me when it's on the messages on lichess. I'm really like better with email, and I let those lichess messages slip through, and I did notice that. But Ornikar, man, thank you very much for reminding me, because I had noticed it, and of course it just went through like a sieve. So I will do that. Thanks, man, for giving me the second chance to catch that, because I totally like just spaced on it. Good to see you, and I know that you're working hard on the site here. Thank you for all you do. Free Helios, I think we've played. Okay, your shadow is Free Helios. We have played with Free Helios before. Mr. Robot. Again, I just asked two things of you guys: that you have an established rating, and that you promise to stay for the game. I can only play 25 players, and it looks like we're kind of filling up here. Any other subscribers to my stream, please register like right now, so I don't like fill up the simul before you can get in, because I want to give the subscribers like the first chance to play. It's going to be 3 hours, you know, potentially for the longest games. And yeah, thanks to lichess, we can do this. I have to fill out my page. I forgot about that. All right. I'd like everybody to have at least 50 games, you know, if I'm going to accept them. Mario Ciprian, we have played before. Yeah, why does it say I haven't played Mario Ciprian? I thought we did. Someone with like exactly almost the same name. But if I had played them before, it would definitely be in there. That's a different player with an almost the same name. Okay, very typical Romanian name. Mr. Robot, and I'm just making sure you guys have enough games that I can confidently, you know, let you in the simul. You're not gonna like jump ship on me and not finish the games. ABD, all right, everybody looks legit. Nobody with like under 50 games that just created their account today. Borkro, Neuromancer. Okay, a lot of people have question marks because the rating system has changed here. And that's like, you know, because they're merging like or creating two separate rating systems for rapid and classical. So that's why everybody is like provisional. SIPO is like really on the margin. I really should require like 100 games. Another, I thought that was Hungarian. It looked like Kucho, which means dog. Okay, this one isn't going to cut it. I'm not going to accept that because it's just not enough regular chess games. Sipo is right on the margin. Freeguard, I tried to get Sipo in. I think I missed him. Or I got him. Maybe I did get him. Freeguard, not enough games. Will N. Sammy. Sammy has enough games. And I got room for one more player, but I'm going to hold out before I accept someone else. And I don't mean to discriminate, guys. I mean, not merging ratings. I tried to correct myself, but I'm saying they separated into standard and rapid, which is why everyone has like a question mark next to their name because they don't have any classical games. I have only time for like one more room for one more player. So is anybody a subscriber to my stream who's not in the list here thus far? I'd love to play 30 or 40 players, but I just can't physically do it. I'll just lose on time because my clock is running on all boards at the same time. All right, I'm gonna just assume that's a no, and it's time to start. We're kind of starting late. Chess Artist has no games. That's a brand new account. This one had not enough games, so that leaves us with Will N, which is just enough. So that'll be 25 players. You know, I did like discriminate against the new accounts. Sorry for that, guys, but I've got to keep the limit at 25. I've got a green. a green notification there. So I'm going to try to commentate as much as I can. But if you didn't get selected to play, it's basically because you probably didn't have very many games. It's a relatively new account, and I'd really like to keep the simul, for players who have at least like 100 games played on, or close to over 50 anyway, played here on lichess. I don't like when people, start the game and then quit the game after it's already started, and that happens more often with the provisional players. So I'm trying to avoid that problem. I am playing both colors. Traditional simuls by masters are normally done where like we're just playing white on every game, and that's, I think, not as fun. So welcome everyone. Soltigo, did I see you in the list? I don't remember. I know who I haven't seen in a while is Mule Skinner, one of our regulars. Let's play one game with d5 because I don't play a lot of d4, d5, but it's kind of fun to mix it up. StarCraft Gecko, hardly embarrassing losing to an IM. Yeah, I hope not. I'm supposed to basically win most of the games. I didn't play any e4s yet. I have to mix in an e4. Getting an unusual amount of d4s. Alright. Soltigo is there. Okay, I was just wondering. The expert of chess. I'm going to play e4. But the problem is that these classical ratings are going to make me have no clue how strong my opposition is. It's going to be like that for a while till people's classical ratings get more sorted out. Alright, I'm going to play e6 there against d4. Yeah, Soltigo's advice is good, guys. This is a long simul. It's 40-40 with 40-40 with 30 seconds or 30 minutes extra for me. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm just waking up here from a nap. I'm a little bit sick, so I took a nap for like an hour before the simul. So I actually slept just until about half an hour before the simul starting. Negro Modelo played knight f3. I usually will meet this with c5, but we could also do other stuff like d6, b5, g6. I try to keep the openings fairly different. Naps are lovely. I don't get to take enough naps anymore. I used to rely very heavily on naps, but with my schedule now, doing like streams in the morning, and then I have a lot of lessons in the afternoon, I don't really have time. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of games. I'm used to playing 20 boards lately. It's been 20 almost every week. A lot of d4, and I'm constantly, noticing with my students' games that the vast majority of players on lichess amongst the amateurs play e4. It's almost like absurd. Like the proportion of e4 to d4 is like 4-to-1 or something. The ratio. Z Nation Chess. Just suffering at college. Matthias Lavera. Alright. Usually I play the Queen's Gambit. This is a Carol Khan. Nefedov has played me like the most out of the players here. I'm not getting any knight f3, d5. Everyone's playing knight f3, knight f6. Let's just play d4 here. The London system. Try not to hate the London system. That's my new philosophy. Because Grandmaster, there was a recent discussion I had with a GM who plays the London system. And his philosophy is basically that he likes playing the London system because people hate playing against it, and I think that I've fallen into that category, and maybe that's kind of a problem. You should just kind of embrace whatever you're doing. Don't have to hate the London system. Just get a good position. D4 is better than E4. No, Nefedov, I think my point is that in over-the-board chess, the ratio between D4 and E4 is probably like only very, very minutely higher. That E4 is more common if you play over-the-board chess. but on lichess it seems like overwhelmingly like lopsided. Like e4 is just way more common than d4, and that doesn't really prepare you for the real world of over the board chess, where actually it's almost like a equivalent balance. I have 2 Caro-Cans or just one? Now we're gonna get another London system, I'm afraid, against Yevgeny. Here's one thing like a King's Indian. Okay, Ayesta, we've had a lot of games like that in the past. Another London system type of thing, but I mean here, I like the fact that I'm not committed to a structure. Mr. Robot actually played c4, which is nice to see something a little different. Okay, if you like playing boring chess, man, the London system is for you. But there's an awful lot of grandmasters who are following the trend. You know, I thought it was like a joke at first, but it's easy to play. It's good for lazy people, you know, who don't like to learn a lot of opening theory. Okay, Parmenides. Let's play G6. That's G. DDG. DDT. All right, Sipo. He might be Hungarian. Sipo means shoe. All right. Bishop G2. English opening. We've got a couple Caro-Cans. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really love opening theory, though I wouldn't call myself a specialist. It's one of the things that I think makes chess great, you know. And, you know, just playing like dry sort of like opening in a can type of systems like the London, it feels kind of wrong to me. So I played Bishop E7 against Apples, which is a newer idea of mine. I think it frustrates some players move order wise. I was kind of playing around with this, noticing that Bishop E7, White doesn't have a very good this, you know, plan, and I don't think statistically he's done very well in that. All right, now what's this C6 weird Pribble type of setup? Czech international master Josef Pribble. E4, knight f6, knight c3. Anyway, I didn't even type in here, but good luck to everyone. Take your time. This looks like a pretty good London system. The expert of chess played the Petrov. And again, I have no idea how strong my opponents are, man. I have to like look them all up. Is his question mark 1500 like close to reality? No, he's like 1800, okay? Well, Sotigo, I know you're not an opening theoretician. And Antonio Morales and I have, let's see, 46 games, 47. Nefedov has the record here with something like 70. There are a few people who played more than 100 against me. I've got another G3 game, so let's just play knight f3 in that one. Now against Nefedov, yeah. I'm going to play knight f6 in that Caro against Nefedov, because he seems to know the normal line really pretty well. The black side of a... You don't often see me playing the black side of a Queen's Gambit declined, but I wanted to do something a little different there. Maybe against Marius Cyprian, I'll play the normal Bishop f5 Caro-Kann, where against Nefedov I'm playing knight f6 for something different. Okay, Macros. Normally I play g6 here. Aniket, what's up? Okay, so g6 Slav very early. I normally do the exchange variation, although I had doubts about it lately. Bishop g4 in this position is extremely rare. Actually, what did I do? Oh, I reached this position by... Okay, so I rarely get to this position because it's not really possible with my usual move order. I usually play like d4 or knight f3, but I don't normally play like knight f3, knight f6, d4. It looks like we have knight e5 or queen b3 here, both of which are decent moves. And then against Borkro, we want to check how strong he is. 2000 in rapid. He's not 1500, which I figured. Yeah, the games can last up to 3 hours, guys. So please, you know, don't play too fast, and make sure you stay for the whole game. Mr. Robot, it's going to be a Nimzo, which is something relatively theoretical. Soltigo. And so, okay, now E3 from Apples. How have I really benefited here? Well, he played E3. Doesn't really do a whole lot for us, but we can just transition to a Queen's Indian type of setup. Queen C7, Philidor style. We could play aggressively with like F4 in this type of position. I think I'm going to just play something solid. Mate in 1, 2, 3. How strong is this player? We lost once, okay. But that does that. How do we know? How did we lose? Can I see the game I lost? No. No, there it is. It was a simul. I have no idea. I was black, apparently. Okay. So, Ayesta. And Yevgeny played knight on BD2. Now, see, this is a little different. That, like, he's keeping E4 in reserve here. If I play B6, E4, bishop B7, something like bishop D3, it looks like an Owen defense. Let's just try it anyway. Alright, Nephew, I'm going to play GF Caro. I've never really played the E takes F Caro Con, so I'm pretty much committed to playing G takes F because I just don't know the theory in the other line. Boban played the... He played the sharpest move there. Now, what am I going to do? One of my only ever Queen's Gambit decline, maybe my only ever Bishop F4 was against Zoltan Ribley, and I managed to draw, but it was kind of touch and go in the opening. Bishop F4, castles E3, C5. No, I'm supposed to play C5 first, I think. That's one line anyway. You don't have to. It's up to you, but... Alright. So I decided I was going to play Bishop F5 here in the other game. Mr. Robot. Bishop takes F3. I could take on B7 potentially there. But I think I'll pass. Morales with Bishop C5. And maybe E3 right away. Delaying the knight C3 is interesting. Not sure it makes a whole big realm of difference. Probably not. Z Nation Chess, think you'd be a GM by tomorrow if you played the French? That's a good one, man. I wish I could magically become a GM by changing an opening. I think my whole game needs to get better, unfortunately. All around improvement necessary, along with some other things. Macros 42, we played a lot. I didn't count the number of games there. Just check that out when I get back there. So Boban took on D5. Well, I mean, it kind of makes you want to play knight takes D5 and simplify. But I don't know if that's really what I want to do here. Knight takes D5, knight takes D5, queen takes D5 is even interesting. It's kind of weird, but the problem is that this position is kind of alien to me. I never play this line. What's the deal with this? Huh. Did I play that too soon? Okay, I'm not really sure. We'll just have to go on our instincts there. Now we transpose to a kind of Botvinnik variation, but I can play b4, one would imagine, pretty quickly here. Pawn sacrifice style. Okay, so the g takes f Caro-Kann. Nefedov played knight f3. And I don't really remember theory in this line. I think we're just going to have to play based on basic principles. Bishop on f5 in every game. The Caro-Kanns are back-to-back. Okay, Mr. Robot, this could shape up to be an interesting game. We've got a theoretical variation. Played a lot by Morozevich in the later recent years. Parmenides. I didn't check the number of games with Parmenides. I said I was going to do that. Okay. Now black is not maintaining their sort of strong center here. If I take with the pawn, he takes with the queen. I mean, I have to have a good endgame here at the very least. What if I were to trade? The problem if I trade queens, then his knight comes to d5. It's threatening to jump into b4, which is like, is that really a problem though? Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know. All right, I'm wasting too much time on this game. I have to basically play like it's a blitz pace. ABD. All right, he's really around 1700. I try not to get too theoretical in too many of my games. Now, Yevgeny mixing it up with the a4 on the queen side. I don't like allowing a5 in these London type of things. So if I play a6, he plays a5, I play b5. I think that's the way we ought to do this. You can also play a5, probably. Macros, I've played 10 games. Okay, Will N played d6. After e3, e5, we transposed to a game I had against Konstantin Chernyshov. e5 is a strange move after d6, I think. You could play e5 right away there if you want to. That makes more sense than like d6, e5. But probably I should play d4 now. Mainline Petrov. And then against, okay, SMMM. It's more or less a Pirtz defense, where black has the queen on c7 kind of early. Now Soltigo playing bishop c4. Knight f6 would transpose to said Pirtz defense. Alright. There's other ways I can play, but I don't feel like getting too out of line. Alright, now knight c6. h3 is probably a good move, but then he has queen b6. Or does he now? Alright. Our other Caro-Kann is a standard position. Now, Boban took on d5. How strong is he again? 1800. And I was seriously thinking about taking with the queen, but that's kind of risky. I think fundamentally we ought to take with the pawn. Take. Yeah, I go with the pawn takes here. Now Yesta played h3. That looks like a slow move to me. In aggressive setup, he's making a slow move, which is a good thing for me. Unfortunately, guys, I can't really comment too much on the... how's it playing against the GM? It's not a big deal. They're human like everyone else. I've beaten like a lot of them, but you have to not let it get into your mind. You know, if you get psyched out or you become intimidated, they can be bad, you know. I haven't beaten the GM in a little while, and I haven't had a good score lately. But there was a time when I wasn't really afraid at all. It's just psychological. The more you do something, the less fearful you are. Lately, I haven't played that many Grandmasters as I used to. And my score lately hasn't been good against the strong players I've faced. Well, I have knight e4 now, I think. Knight e4, take, take. The only thing about that is, like, take, take, knight g5. I'm grabbing the pawn. Take, take, knight e5. f6. Yeah, knight c4. Is f6 really a good move for me? Take, take, knight e5, knight d7. Is this even a good line for black? Looks a little bit weird. Knight d7, knight takes d7. And that simplifies a lot. I mean, bishop f5 looks like a move too. We're missing my subscriber move 11. I think he's playing in a tournament. Hopefully he's doing well. He started well. But castling should be considered. Let's just castle. All right. This is kind of a mainline position, but black hasn't played h6. Well, we'll just transpose to what I know. Only do what I know. Queen f3. All right. This is a little weird. Queen f3 here. I think maybe I'm supposed to play knight to b4. That seems a bit odd as well. But bishop b5 checks, c6, bishop a4 would lead to very strange complications. I'm not that crazy about taking on c3. I could transpose to something I've played before. It's not the best line for black, though. Okay, Apple's decided to just play very quietly with c3. I think a lot of players who play the London system play c3 too automatically. Macros now playing h3, a good prophylactic move. And this might be a position I've had before. It's just really important not to let people psych you out. I let it happen to me sometimes, other times I don't. And it depends. Sometimes I've been better about it than others. Knight h5, bishop e5, d6. Now, I'm thinking I've got knight h5 here. And then this position, I've seen some people bringing this back this way, with the very early h6. One can consider bringing the bishop back, like here, let's say. Okay, knight f3 from Marius Cyprian. Okay, I'm going to play knight d7, standard stuff. Some of these positions I know better than others. We've got 3 London systems. This is almost identical to the other one. I've got knight h5, the same type of idea. He didn't play h3. It's weird. It's almost the same. Against Neuromancer, let's play something interesting. Okay. It's easy to say, oh, be psychologically strong, and things are easier said than done. Yeah, this is kind of strange, but I think I've got checks and whatnot, so we should be fine here. But that's like one opening I'm playing, that I never play, the Queen's Gambit decline there, so. That's the one where I'm like least comfortable. Knight e4, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, bishop takes g7, takes, king takes, knight e5. I can also do other moves, of course. Bishop f5 I was thinking about, though. Do I really want to commit to that or not? We can try it, but it's like after h3 he's constantly playing g4 on me. I'm better off just making like a natural developing move. Now I don't want to rush taking the bishop on g3. something some people do, and I think the best is to just wait for the right moment. Just wait for the optimal, can't pronounce things, the optimal Borkro, in relation to Borki Predoyevich. Alright, we'll try something different from my usual repertoire. I've got to play a little bit faster than the pace I'm going, though, I think. Maybe I could have played that a little more aggressively. Knight f3 here. Go with the standard setup. Basically, this is a Pierce defense. Alright, whatever. So now bishop e3. The only thing that slows macros down is bishop e2. The best setup is supposed to be like queen d2 with no bishop e2 for white here. And this is kind of a recommended pawn sacrifice. Fischer did the same type of pawn sacrifice in his 92 match against Spassky in the Rossolimo. Some of you might remember, unless you were like born pre-1992, I mean post-1992. In between move from Mr. Robot. Bishop takes c3, b takes c3, b takes c, b takes c, bishop b7, bishop d3, b5. Is that right? I think so. Alright. I gotta remember this weird variation played by Moro. Now, okay, castles b4, bishop e7 should be okay for black. Parmenides now we can play cd, or can also just castle. Two ways to go for black there. This I didn't think was possible. I mean, he's sacrificing a rook here. Should I play like rook b1 first? And then check and take the rook? Let's say rook b1, queen. Does queen a3 help him, for example? I feel like rook b1 could also be a target to a later bishop f5. So knight c7 check, king f8, knight takes rook, knight b4. Doesn't do that much damage. I'm just going to take material. Ask questions later. Okay, apples, almost identical to the other game. Just there's no, what, A4 was it? That's, I mean, there's 3 London systems. It's so popular and I'm getting confused between them. Okay, Nefedov. Keeping my queen off of d5. We just go with development here. Knight h5. That's on the side of the board, you know. I mean, that could be a handicap for sure. So I'm going to bug out. Bishop e7. Quite solid type of setup for black. Kind of stonewall, you might call it. Speaking of solid, Lord Jesus Christ, now one of the more solid opponents. Soltigo, normal move is queen e2. Bishop g5 I'm not familiar with. It doesn't look... It doesn't look bad, but at the same time it doesn't look overly connected to bishop c4. So we've got our usual knight takes e4 type of things. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, d5. Bishop e5 check, c6. Is there some reason why I can't do this? Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, d5. Alright, I don't know. I mean, if I lose, I lose. Alright, bishop d3. And again, we're just going to wait and complete our development. So, I think this is the Morozevich variation, which I thought might come up in a recent tournament game of mine, but it didn't. Neuromancer. I think I had this game with Igor Ivanov where I was white once and he was black. e5. e5 might be interesting. Also d6. d6 will transpose to the King's Indian, but not a position I normally play. Now here, we had the same game last week, I think, against a different player. Not in the simul, in another game. Will N offered a draw. Will N, if you're listening, you know, just let me know if there's a reason why you have to go or something. If you're on the Twitch chat, or even, you know, in the whatever that's called. Let me know if you have to go. You know, I'm happy to like sign off on a draw, but otherwise I would like to play it out. All right, knight c6 now. Is there a better place to put my knight? Guess this is like main line. So we're taking the rook. I hope that I'm not missing something there. Yeah, so this was this basic kind of pawn sacrifice. Also recommended fundamentally by some authors. This looks really unpleasant for black, but I'm not sure if I go for this very brute force idea here, if it's the best or not. Like knight b5, knight e7, knight d6 check. I mean, should I just try to kill him directly? Kind of tempting, but is it the best move? I don't know. I feel like there might be, you know, in some principal way, a better continuation, just developing my pieces. But all right, queen f4. Speaking of principles, I mean, it looks like he's bringing his queen out while not developing. Something I would be slightly suspicious of in general. Rook e8 is an idea. The queen does help control an important diagonal, and it keeps me from playing e5 pretty well. But if one of you guys, I don't really have a lot of choices, yeah. And if they desperately have to go, dude, I don't feel there's any reason why we have to deny them that. All right. It's just a friendly simul. This is not for blood or money. Knight e7, interesting. Yeah, this is where I get transposed to a line that I feel like I could play a little more accurately instead of going into this. Sipo. He's definitely 1230, huh? In reality, he's like 1600, okay? Pretty solid setup, though. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put my king here. So, Soltigo, our moderator, playing that last game, he likes chaos. He's a big fan of chaos, so makes me think of the Get Smart comedy series when I was a kid. I guess d5 is better than c takes d there. Now a5, b5 is the normal way to react here. That was the plan anyway. Usually we stick to the plan when there's a situation like where there's not that much time, like this, for example. We're generally sticking to the plan. Actually looked at a5 the other day. It's a very extreme move. Accelerated a5 in the Caro-Kann is my specialty. Now again, e5, not really normal. Speaking of a5, Lord Jesus Christ, I believe I've seen Grandmaster Jan Elvest employ that move among other players. Aggressive plan, you know, to play a4 as a pawn sack some point down the line. Maybe I'm supposed to play knight c3 here. Can't remember. May have looked this up once. All right, the other London system. A lot like my other London system. That's one of the problems with the London system, right? Every game looks the same. Well, anyway, okay. The bishop on g5 actually kind of hurts white here because it's in the way of his knight going to g5. It's kind of funny. Wonder if I should play rook f8. If I do that, he'll probably launch his... Anyway, h6 can't hurt. Ah, boy. This is some kind of gambit line that an Egyptian guy used to play against me in the chess cafe, I think. What the heck? c4. I think I'm supposed to play c4. Yevgeny just grabbing space rampantly on the queen side. Yevgeny Gada. Gada is his second name. Well, I'm going to grab that bishop at some point, no doubt. Maybe now's the time. Oh, knight d5, trading pieces. I'm trying to trade pieces. It's going to be a little difficult to avoid trading that one. No, I don't mind a5 here. I'm not sure that that's a good move, a6. Speaking of, every time I say a move, it's like good on the next board. Isn't that weird how that works? Okay, I honestly don't know that much about the bishop f4 queen's gambit declined with black. This is my second time ever playing the opening. Though there's got to be some offhand blitz games I've forgotten about from a while ago. Now white doesn't play f3, so we can't have like a same-ish. He wants to transpose to something else. But okay, e5 might be early. I guess I'm supposed to castle. And now g6 would be my preferred way of setting up the king side there. Knight e4, b4. Where is white's king going to go in the future is a good question. So knight e4, b4, obviously. you know, he wins a pawn or whatever. So I can't do that. Let's just think about this for a second. I mean, he's so leaving his king in the center for so long. I mean, it seems like I can do almost anything now. Maybe even c5 is good. If I just change the course of history here completely and play c5. Not really sure about that. Rook e8 is an idea. Could possibly play rook e8. What is he going to do, like g4 or something? Okay, I don't want to waste too much time, but knight b6 looks like it probably loses a queen. That's nice, isn't it? Well, almost. It's just awkward. Trying to find a natural move. Knight e8, knight d6 is a maneuver. Kind of like that. Wow. All right. Passive. Bishop f4. That was expected. All right, Borkro. Variation that I never played with black here. The a6 variation. But Yule is sacrificing a pawn, it looks like. Pawn takes pawn, knight to d5. I just don't think that's quite sound. He has knight to b5. It could get crazy, but oh man, pawn takes pawn, knight to b5. Then I play knight a6. All right, now I'm not going to buy into that. Now pawn takes pawn should equalize. All right, apples. Another e4 moment, but he's played this in what, 2 moves? E3 and e4. We're happy with our happy hippo formation. The formation of the day. Knight h3, hyper accelerated, whatever it is. Knight d7 is bad. I have to go here. That's the whole idea. Okay, knight d7, knight c7, and I said knight d7 and knight d7 appeared. Is that weird, or it's getting weirder and weirder every time? Every time I say a move, it like appears in the next game. All right, I'm getting out of here as fast as possible with my extra rook. Extra rooks are good. Bishop b5 is even interesting. Bishop b5, pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes c6, pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes a1, queen takes a1. We're up stuff there. That's got to be as good as anything. And so far, Boban, he's 1800. I mean, he's played the opening like a GM, but it's easy to play this line, I guess. So my bishop on c5 is going to get hit sooner or later. I think we should maybe think about repositioning said bishop to a good place. Now we've got a nice diagonal for this b, g2. Catalan style. Orlova chess, hey, what's up? Are you streaming? a5 castles, and this Pierce with like black playing a6 and c6. It actually started as some weird Pribble defense. It's kind of dubious if black can't play b5 without allowing the pawn structure to get kind of decimated. I think we're in good game there, in good shape. Here I had this position last week, like almost the same, or if not the exact same position, after knight f5. But my time is starting to get a little funny. He's threatening knight c7 and knight takes pawn. Obviously, I looked at d6, and there was some reason why I dismissed d6. I mean, I guess like c3 could be an idea, turning into kind of Mora. I suppose that d6 is okay. I was even thinking about playing knight a6 though. That was my final idea. But if I play knight a6, I mean, there's something weird about that. Yeah, I guess we should play d6. I don't know why I dismissed this. d6 looks like the right move. I hope there's not something I forgot about. f4. This is a problem. This is this is like a line of the Rouser I've never played before, but I've been thinking about playing. I think I actually had this position with white against Scottish IM Andy Weir once. And I lost with white or drew. Maybe I drew. I drew in a complicated game, I think. But I don't know the theory enough to be playing this in a proper game. All right, we got to speed up the play a little bit here. I can't be trying to play perfect moves. All right, that said, bishop d7. This might have been on. I might have looked at this today in an actual book. Oddly enough, that exact position. Bishop f6. I was thinking of transferring to a new diagonal. I don't know if that's too slow. Marius Cyprian offered me a draw. Again, same thing applies. If one of you guys has to go, I mean, and that's why you're offering a draw, you know, that's totally cool. And just let me know, you know, either on the simul stream or, you know, on the Twitch stream. But otherwise, I'm not going to accept early draws, you know, unless I'm in really bad time pressure. You might be able to talk me into it. Morales, Antonio. It's a pretty popular line, that bishop c5 type of stuff. Now, Maton123 played bishop d6, which I didn't really anticipate. I guess we just play knight d6 check and keep our powerful lock on the dark squares. But I've got to play a little faster. Nefedov. I'm playing a little slow, I think, here. Maybe bishop d6 should be considered too. Now it doesn't matter though. All right. We can grab that bishop, I think, comfortably. Once they do kingside castles, I'm not worried about it. And we're just up a rook. Well, at least the exchange. I'm settling. I'm going to settle for an exchange, I think, there. I don't care if, you know, Sammy wins back the exchange. Queen f3 check was played. Okay, he's got the swinging over here idea, but I'm not too worried. So castles kingside, to me that looks like a safer location, but I do have to watch these knights, you know, bouncing in Chigorin style. That's a little bit of a scary prospect actually here. Is my king safe enough? My queen is in a weird place. Might want to bring that back into the game at some point. Castle and queen side looks easier for black to open lines on that side. I don't know. Knight e4 is another interesting move. That piece could be useful on both fronts. Let's do that. Rook c1. That's a same-ish King's Indian move. And this position is getting kind of weird, but I think I can play e5 now. e5 and stick my knight on d4. This looks like it should be some kind of good pawn sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, this has got to be a good pawn sacrifice for black after e5. Okay, Yevgeny looks like he's looking for love on the c file. I guess he's going to try to play c4 at some point. But I mean, his king is not really, you know, clear where that's going. Maybe I should beat him to the punch by playing c5. It's an interesting question. I mean, if I can play c5 here, it might just be a good move. Let's go for it. Before he has time to play c4 and really turn the c file against me. One wanted to develop my pieces. I wanted to put my bishop on e3, but later on if he plays f5, I don't want my bishop to get like hit by advancing stuff. So I don't know. Just across the board, like I gotta play faster, more like a blitz game. And I've been pretty much trying to play best moves up until now, but I think we're gonna have to start being more practical. We can just castle at this stage. With him castled kingside. No mouse slips, please. h4, there it is. All right. I would anticipate potential sacrifices on g5. You know, one of my ideas was to drop back and just challenge his queen. Now bishop takes c6. I got a lot of moves here. This is just winning for white. But I might as well just hack that off, I guess. I'm not that convinced. Alright, maybe my bishop will yet be useful there. Negro Modelo, I don't know what he's been doing, but he's like waiting for 30 minutes to play his second move. One thing that I have constantly talked about in my stream is like that I don't really play bullet chess, and I try to play slowly and take my time. Having said that though, you know what? I think I've overdone it a little bit. And I'm getting into time pressure and having troubles in some of my games. Now, oddly enough, I'm going to put my knight on b5 here. I think I haven't been playing enough 5-minute for one thing. Probably. Uh-oh, bishop a6. We don't want to see that in a hippo type of situation. God, I used to love that. I loved playing the hippo. I love just the idea of a hippo. Hippo was like an amazingly dangerous animal, yet somehow friendly at the same time. I don't know what to do here. All right, everybody's like blitzing, guys. You really ought to be taking your time a little bit more. These like, I'm getting the same game like bang, bang, bang. Like as soon as I make a move, they're like 40 minutes, move, move, move. And none of these guys have particularly good positions. So I would, you know, kind of say you're playing too fast. It's one thing if you have a good position and you move fast. I can kind of understand that. A lot of grandmasters operate like that. But I don't really approve of like, you know, have a kind of bad position and you're moving fast. That seems like a very bad way to operate. Interesting move now, queen f6. If I play c5, my bishop can get trapped in there, you know, and I'm a little bit thinking about that. But yeah, I think we have time. I think queen f6 should backfire on black. All right. Now c5. An idea for black. Playing knight d4. What was my plan here? Bishop f6 actually induces e5. Well, g4. I was planning on like rook fe8, and now if I do that, like, and go bishop f8, he's going to go g5. Gotta be kidding me. All right, I'm going to have to play this kind of weirdly. It looks like g6. I got to try to keep it simple based on the time situation. Maybe I should even put my bishop on e6. Just keep everything ultra well protected there. Knight e4. Clash Kid not really focusing too much on development. Focusing on f7, it looks like. But he's allowing knight d4. It's a pretty weird position. Alright, so Lord Jesus Christ gets the space, but I've got the knight locked into there. I guess that's a trade-off that we can make. Man, I don't know the theory here in this line of the rouser. It's probably like a pretty major variation. We'll just hope for the best. That's all I can do. Bishop b4 check. Oh no. All right, so he goes bishop g5. Last game I had in this line, there was a bishop c5, and I played knight d6, and I was supposed to play rook e8. Bishop g5 is actually the better move. That's the one recommended by the lichess opening explorer. White has a slightly good score, as far as I can remember, in this variation. I think I've even seen people go like queen d7, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. I think I need this tempo. All right, the Egyptian guy that I was alluding to just like castles and sacrifices a pawn in this position. Here, it's a little different. Negro Modelo is away, and now he's back. Now I can play f6. And what's going on? Just get you off of e5. I think now I can castle kingside comfortably. And we're in good shape here. Matheus Livera, not really supposed to put the bishop. Actually, what am I talking about? What did he do wrong here? I guess it's not that bad. c6. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Never mind. Okay. Now what? c5. Pawn takes pawn en passant. Man, what am I supposed to do? Knight takes e2. This is kind of weird. Neuromancer. What is Neuromancer's rating? He's 2291 in rapid. Oh, so he's like very subtle, with an extremely rare variation here. I thought that he was just misplaying this, but this is weird. I would have assumed this would be bad for white. But maybe I'm wrong. c5. Okay, I definitely didn't realize that Neuromancer was 2300, probably the highest rated player in the simul, but a relatively new account based on 50 games. Yeah, this is a little scary. The rook c1. I mean, is this a real line? Allowing the knight to d4? That is kind of strange. Very high rating though. In rapid, much higher than his blitz. Man, c5, en passant, and then I could like just get killed on the queen side. Everything will just cave in. Huh. Alright. I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable about what happened there. This is mate, right? We managed to win a quick one. e5 now. Believe this is book. Believe it. This is some Morozevich wizardry here. Alright. Knight g8. What do we do? Bishop f8. Just retreating back from c5. I mean, it should be like an improved, kind of an improved bishop. I don't know what to call it. An improved bishop b4 variation, where he's pulling the bishop back to f8. Whatever. All right. This looks logical to me. Now we're rolling with rooks. But trading queens might be the safest bet. I don't know. e5 is hard to resist. Man, that is hard to resist. Yeah. Just that his queen could get to g5 kind of bother me. Pawn takes pawn, queen g5, and then this annoying h5 threat. Yeah, I think I'll just keep the queens off the board, just to be on the safe side. Not necessarily the best move. Yeah, and in this game, a very strange thing happened. I had like a massive hallucination that I had a knight on c3, which is not the case. So I have to reevaluate what's going on here. And my time is getting awkward. Time is getting awkward. H4? Knight F5, I'm assuming, is coming. What should I do here? E3? I'm going to end up like down 2 pawns if I'm not careful. Wait, that was a bad hallucination. I thought I had a knight here. It was just going to like come into D5 or something, but it's just too far away. Like, okay. Mate in 1-2-3. This is the guy I lost to another game. He's 2241 in bullet. Wow. And 2200. Yeah, that's another master strength player. Okay. No wonder I lost to him. All right. I still don't really trust Black's position, but I've got to play like a monster myself here. All right, E4. Now knight B5. We're good to go, I would assume. And then F5. This is getting kind of crazy. Pretty sharp, but white should be better. Alright, I just have to go with my instincts and play, you know, kind of quickly. Weird move order here. He's got this strange bishop b5 on me, trying to transpose me into something I don't like play. That's awkward. Transposing me into a variation. At first he like didn't move for half an hour, and now he's transposed me into something that I don't play. Great. Alright. Let's just develop here and not commit our king. This looks strangely good for white, this variation. I mean, c5 is on. Maybe it's not that big a deal, I don't know. But we got to do something. Unimpressed by bishop g4. Knight g4 is possible. Now what's up with knight g4? It's a move. It's probably better for white. a5 I usually take here. Here's another move I just totally missed. Queen d3. Did not see this move. I'm not sure it's a good one, but at least it would be nice to see it like coming before it gets played against me. Knight d4. Okay. I don't feel like developing his queen for him, but I've got to do something. This is a bit awkward. This is a bit awkward. Kuban Atasevich, 1806. A lot of new accounts challenging me. I normally like ask people to have 50 games, but I probably should make it like 100. Alright, I don't know. White's a little better here. Let's play this. I just can't decide what move to play. What happened here? I mean, this should be good for me, no? Knight e5? What's up with knight e5? Alright. Faster, faster. That's the key here. Maybe I should play h3. Speaking of h3, I don't think this is a good moment for it. We need to play like knight c3. That might transpose to a known variation, in fact. Rook e1, a very subtle move with rook sacrifices. This guy offered me a draw a moment ago. But I've got to watch out for the rook sacrifice on e6. Rook takes, pawn takes. That's kind of disturbing. He's 1669, but everybody knows this variation. This is another brand new account, right? Maybe not. He's got some crazy house games. There was another guy with the exact same name that played me, though. That's the thing that kind of bothers me about this account. But there was another guy I thought with the exact same name, and it also had a lot of wild games. But I'm suddenly concerned about my position. If he has this sacrifice for real, then I'm in a bad way. Rook takes, pawn takes, queen g6 check, king e7. I mean, it looks like I'm just getting mated by force. So how am I supposed to defend myself if I can't do that? It's a serious issue. Well, I'm definitely not playing e6. Here, I don't know, maybe king f7 is worth considering. But then e4 is coming. I'm not sure where my king is safer, but my time is starting to become an issue. I'm just going to revert to blitz chess, basically, at this point. All right. ABD played ultra aggressively with a kind of weird starting setup. This guy also played the London system. Now he's like trying to hack me to death. He's 16-12, but he's gone nuts with the e5. Very aggressive play over the last couple of moves by white. I should probably close it up here. I'm not really very fond of the position though. Mr. Robot's playing all book. Oh, he's also 22-92. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I think I probably did. I think this is an important line though. Bishop b6, not necessary. I'm not sure what to do here. It looks good for white, but I don't know what the next, I guess this makes some sense. Maybe bishop b6 first. Actually, rook a5, a4, that's standard. Weird move, queen a5, just getting out of there. Knight e5 now. It looks like white has a clear advantage. I may just be like lost here. He's 16-69. I don't think so. Probably I'm just lost in this position already. Maybe I have a way out. But it doesn't look too pleasant. "20 minutes and counting." We got a lot of tough games and a lot of really tense openings still on the board, so it's just way too early for me to be so bad in time pressure. Not good. I guess I have to castle here. So I bit the bullet. I played e4 and made in 1-2-3 just castled kingside. Nothing too dramatic. Alright, I just have to move fast. I'm gonna lose some games today for sure. Let's see, g6, transitioning to a closed Sicilian. Alright, now we'll end 1500. I really can't look at the ratings because this classical ratings just mean nothing. Okay, let's just develop some pieces. This looks like a good position, but there's this knight, man. Sipo 1230. Like, how could he be 1230 after 2 games? Playing such a good positional game with a knight on f5. I have rook takes c6, a flash tactic. I give away too many pieces if I do that. I just give away too many pieces with that tactic. Alright, let's try to up the pressure. Alright, Clash Kid. No tactics for me. Maybe something weird like knight f5. This is just too bizarre, man. And I don't know why every game I ever play with you is so bizarre. But that's what I'm gonna do. Knight f5. Bishop a3. Wow, that is a strong looking move. Damn, dude. I'm not happy about that. Where did that come from? Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Negro Modelo found a tricky way to transpose me into something I never play. Rook takes e5. This is a kind of scary position. Bishop g5. Okay, there's no queen e8 now, so I'm going to have to play f6, I guess, and try to survive there. Here I was thinking bishop c5. Leaves black kind of paralyzed. I don't know. Now I just got to play quickly. My usual plan here, something like rook on a to d1, queen b3 check. Okay. Soltigo's running out of one move threats. Very strange way to transpose to a mainline Petrov there. Very strange transposition of moves. And okay, I don't really believe you have enough compensation here for that. And then here we've got a very, very good game. Positionally, we're in control. Against Yevgeny, we usurped, I think, the advantage. This game I'm, feeling a little compressed and uncomfortable about. Apple's underestimating him because he's 1600 maybe, but I'm not really content with my position. And again, like, you're moving super fast. I guess he had to move his bishop, so there wasn't a lot of choice. a6, b5 maybe. I've got to move fast now because I'm in time pressure, but you guys don't have to do that. It's up to you. I mean, do what you want, but here I made a blunder. No, he made a blunder. All right. Is it your blunder or my blunder? I'd like to win a quick game or two if I could. Maybe I take on d4 first. It's like a decent Benoni. I know, Clash Kid, you won't trade pieces. I know, dude. Like, it's always the same thing. You're only playing for maximum complication every single game. It gets really tough sometimes. All right. Now b6. What am I going to do? Just get out here. Borkro. He's like 1797. Oh, come on. Oh man, I'm scared. h4 coming down on me. It's all theory. But he's got a strange rating. He's like 1697 in Blitz and 2075 in Rapid. I mean, that just doesn't gel. You can't be that unless you're playing Blitz on you're playing Blitz with the, maybe with a touchpad or something and losing a lot of games on time, but there's no way you've got like a 500 point difference. 400 something is too much. That's not usual. e5 isn't going to cut it. I need to do something fast here though. h6. It looks like a line where I've like played the move a6 unnecessarily. A very unpleasant position for black. I have no e5. No tricks of any kind. I guess I have to play like queen c7. Rook takes c6, still not on. He saw that. Alright, let's try something Capablanca-like. And now I've got to face f4. Parmenides turning the most passive opening ever into like an attacking system. What is going on with me today? I'm suffering and scared on all my boards. Yeah, knight b5, queen b6. He's got a lot of weaknesses. All right, this should be good for me. Black playing very fast here too. Everyone has like 40 minutes. Nobody's taking their time. Except for Negro Modelo, who like spent an hour on his second move. This is actually a weird, like I was talking about, a weird transposition to a main line. Okay. Now we can pin. Maybe we should pin Nefedov, if possible. Marius traded queens, which is a big sigh of relief for me. I was extremely worried about that position, but with queens off, it's not as scary. Too much time pressure. I got to avoid that happening constantly. Bishop d5 maybe. Looks weird. Castles. c4. I'm a little concerned about c4 happening. Queen b8 is kind of passive. C takes d4. Knight takes d7. I want to get the bishop. Alright, I got to recapture. He's gaining time. He's up a pawn. And we're playing rook b1. This looks like a normal closed Sicilian. Boban offering his b2 pawn like a 2-for-1 sale. I think I'm going to take it. And then queen d6, I was thinking trading queens here with some advantage. Right? Sorry guys, no time to answer the questions. I'm really just trying to avoid getting in trouble on the clock. Now white is just taking space on the other side as well with a5. This is a new account, right? 1600. Ooh, I feel like I'm going to be lucky to just draw this. a5. I can take and play c5, but then I've screwed my queen side. I don't really see a good option here for black. Well, I can just lock up the whole board. That's basically all I can do. Speaking of locking up the whole board, what? Oh, he just lost a piece. ABD blundered a piece. And then we've got this Peart's defense. Alright, I can never take his knight on c6 without my knight getting trapped. What would George Meyer do? Like d3. You know, here at least I'm not hopelessly lost like I was afraid I would be. Queens off the board makes a big difference. Takes, here I'm worse. I guess I'm just down a pawn without enough compensation now. Should I go back here or back here? They both look kind of unappealing. Man, mate in 1-2-3 is going to beat me for the second time, it looks like. H5 or F5 or F5, F5. I guess we do F5. We have F5. I said it 3 times. I think that's enough. Rook B1. This is all book. Oddly, the Shirov variation. When Alexei used to play the Petrov, believe it or not, in the 90s, I think this is just good for me. All right. Very subtle. From the master of subtlety. Our favorite master of subtleties. Subtletigo. Alright, what if I play like Rook F8, man, and just, you know, sack in exchange for one of your knights? B4. Oh, this is getting weird. B4 is almost good. But I guess there's no reason to be fancy. Alright, I'm starting to like my game on most boards. We've got a few tougher than others. But I'm basically playing blitz. The F4. Do I have to play F4 against Morales? No, I might be able to just take it. Just take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's the thing. Apples just close the entire board. That's kind of hard to deal with. And now black's going to do f5. Wow, that's pretty weird. d4, f5. I don't think he can do that, actually. That's pretty dangerous. This looks like a standard Rossolimo that I don't play, but that's what it is anyway. e5, pawn takes pawn. Not a lot of time for this subtle little endgame. Well, it's about equal, I guess. Okay, now this is all theory, Mr. Robot and I. It's a line that I haven't actually gotten to play in practice yet, and I don't know what the best move is. I guess like d6 or something. Right, and now here, you gotta be a little careful there. Wide open position. Okay, queen d8. Queen takes pawn. Not that convincing. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, my king is not going to stay here too long. Gotta evacuate. Here's the game where I want a pawn, right? I want a piece, excuse me, piece. Well, alright, h5. Is that even a good move? Well, f5 was played. Scariness. Should I go to the center? But they're like playing blitz against me, guys. I mean, don't you know, be here to play blitz. You guys are blitzing. It's not the right idea. This is not a bullet tournament. And I've got 40 seconds per move. You know, you're not going to just flag me that easily. And it's not the point anyway. Rook takes. Okay, yeah, it's time for me to castle as well. In the London system, bishop g4. A scary game. That is a scary move. Alright, what the hell is going on here? Bishop takes, check, king moves, pawn takes. I don't know, maybe I'll just bail out and try to draw that. I mean, I'm feeling very uncomfortable about that position. Now where do we go? Knight d7. What are we doing? Castling. I don't even feel like I'm up a piece here. How do I get my guy back into my queen guy? How do I get my queen back into the game? This is bizarre. Man, this is sort of stupid. I got a challenge from someone? Are you serious? Alright, all theory. The expert of chess. I could play knight g4. That's kind of weird. This guy, there's no way this guy is 1600. Really? Alright. Just gotta play fast. Bishop h6 is possible. But I might want to think about the future of my knight on g4, huh? g5, h5. That's always double-edged. Best to play like knight h6 or something. Where the hell is my knight going, man? Seriously. That's crazy. Got No place for my knight to go. Looks like I'm just like positionally crushed by this guy. Apple's 1600. Queen h8. Maybe the only move. b4. It's tempting to play b4. Shift the focus. Whatever. Alright, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. Gotta do pawn takes pawn, bishop takes. That's a probable mistake. He doesn't have to do that. He gives away a chunk of his advantage with that move. I think. Playing too fast. Alright. Now I don't know where to go. Queen b2. They're all playing blitz. They just can't stop it. It's like an addiction. Apples is like 1600. What was my plan? Queen h6 now? That probably loses by force. I think I'm just lost. It's like playing Kamsky or something. This is a new account. 200 games. I think I might have to just resign. This was based on... No, maybe I don't have to resign. I have this move. I'm nearly having to resign here. Queen h6. Just about resignable. What happened? Bishop g5. Always some crazy move that I can't predict from Clash Kid. Okay, rook b8. In this game, black dropped a piece. We have to be careful of e4. Okay. Now we're taking. Got to keep it simple. Happened knight b8. All right. Yeah, it's like playing a bullet game against everyone. What's the last move? c3. What happened now? Knight e8. g4. The moves are this is much less scary than the other game. Should I resist the temptation to play h6 like last time? Alright, whatever. Parmenides with c4. Again, he turned this into a very scary kind of game. I thought it was a lame opening for white. Now b6 isn't the main move. You're supposed to play knight d7 there, as far as I know. So now I have c4. Should be good for white. Okay, f5. Maybe I'll move my knight or something. g4 pawn sacrifices. Anybody? Interesting. Knight h4. Hey, that's hanging a piece. Good. I don't know. Alright. Let's go. Down to 10 minutes now. Knight d2 played. Looks like pretty standard stuff. Alright, how's the material here? I'm grabbing that pawn back, but then he's taking on c6 or d5. I don't know. This guy's pretty strong. d4. Definitely taking that. And now what is next? I didn't see this move, knight d7. It's always nice to see that. I can take, or I can play e6. I can do none of the above. But I don't see a really clearly winning move. That was tough. Not sure. Wow. How strong is this player? 2065. Okay. I thought I had a great position here, but I'm suddenly like not so sure at all. Wow. Don't even have a clue. I don't know. E6. Does that even make any sense? Wow, this move just devastates my position. I have nothing now. That's crazy. Knight b5, winning material, finally. I don't know. It's craziness. Yeah, everybody's playing too fast. You have like 30 minutes left and you have a bad position. You've played too fast. I don't know about g3 there. He's defending. Okay, new focus of the B pawn. Although if I don't take that right away, maybe I should take his knight right away. Whoa, what happened? Alright, I don't know. That's getting weird. G5. In case I forget to recapture. A3. Yeah, but now he has E5. Oh, there's a knight on C7. Yeah, yesterday's pretty tough. Alright, I'm down to 8 minutes. Now this game... Wow, he gave me a little break maybe? Or is it a trick? Alright, bishop f4. E5, bishop takes c6, wins a pawn. What happened? Queen takes, right? I'm a little worried about this pin. Okay, what if I play something like knight to d4? Rook takes g7. Getting too low on time. Queen e7. Where? Bishop b1. Good move. And I can't believe what's up, Morales. We're still here in the opening of this game. Gave up my... Well, what did he do? Sack a pawn? That would at least give me some hope. I'm not sure about g3 by me. G5, just like the other game. That must be in all the books. Just nobody told me about it. I don't know what to do here. Knight d4. We have knight d4 against Macros. I didn't see rook b7. That's always nice to know. E4. My king is there in the middle of this happy place. So I guess we've got to move out of the way. All right. Now everyone's just blitzing. Queen d8. Okay, time for f4. I guess that's a standard maneuver. I don't know what's going on there, because that's all theory. I thought I dropped a rook. Hopefully not. The queen or something like that. What are we doing now? Queen c2, queen e2, queen d2, queen b4. Somebody tell me where to go, because I don't have a lot of time. So we're up a pawn at least, for whatever that's worth, in this one. Yeah. But black might have some menacing threats. We're having trouble making progress in this game. It's been very irritating. a4. Now this game's okay. Trading pieces. Need the George Meyer-like technique to take him out there. This is probably a draw. You know, I'm going to offer a draw to Mr. Boban. I mean, he might theoretically be better here, but I mean, it's still a draw. That's the first draw I've offered. f6. Ooh, I don't know about this. We've got to be a little bit careful, but we're low on time. Again, a guy who's played fast, and he's a strong player. Maybe h3 is a good prophylactic move. Here, I feel like I'm a little bit better, but it's not that easy to make progress. Queen a7. Kind of a weird move, but whatever. Now, the d4 pawn would be our target, I guess, but how do I make it work? And I have some weaknesses on the dark squares. Wow, f5 just totally going crazy. Alright, that is a sharp move. But I guess I can play rook f8, you know, to defend f7 if I have to. Rook e6, queen d6. Where is he going? Whoa. Alright, you don't have to ask me twice. Do you? Jesus. f5 is the target. Bishop f5. Bishop f5, knight g3. Bishop g4, queen takes b7. Bishop takes f3. Queen takes c6. Bishop takes e4. Queen takes e4, and white's still like better. Damn. But bishop f5 instead. It's actually more dangerous in a way. Alright. Gotta go away. Where did he go? Bishop e6. I got 4, I guess. Try to simplify a little bit here, if I can. I was gonna play this. Is this a good move, bishop e6? Does that even make sense? Bishop a6? Does that even make sense? I don't know, but I'm running out of time. Well, he's got a way to defend a7. That's great. Alright, I was just kidding about that. Let's see, rook h8. I'm actually okay here for the time being. I'm still scared because he played the opening well. a5. What do I want to do? The time is now. What would Morozevich do? I don't know. Alright. Talking to myself, I've got nothing better to do. Bishop a6 is an idea in this position, I guess. Really know what I'm doing. Now we're zoning in on that square. Can we make progress here? Just positionally trading queens or something. Willen has an incredible amount of time there in that game. If I don't get an exchange trapped or something. Even Lord Jesus Christ has tons of time. Okay, I don't remember this. I think I'm supposed to play like bishop takes h7 check, no? I mean, shouldn't this be good for me? Rook takes h5 is kind of strong. I don't remember. All right, whatever. I'm not sure. Nobody plays that continuation, and I don't. This is crazy. How can Sipo defend c6 17 times with no problems? I've never seen a 1200 who could defend like that. Good job, man. Nice defense. The master of defense. It's just unreal. What do I do? How do I make progress here? Everyone's insanely fast. Too many boards left. All right, what's up? D takes e5. Well, we just need to make a good move. That's all. It's easy. Chess is easy. You just make good moves. Bishop takes... What is that? A piece sacrifice? All right. Queen e7. I was talking about g4 before. I'd love to play bishop c1 or something. It's not just castle. Well, he played b5. It's extremely anti-positional, obviously, but stubborn. Avoiding the trade of queens with less space. A strange decision. Okay. Well, this position looks better for white, but playable for me. Bishop h6 ought to be considered. I don't know if that's too slow. Ah, that was the idea. Well, I don't need to take two pieces. Like, one would be enough, I think. But we might as well just take it to keep it simple. Knight g5 check. Loses material. Ought to have a strong attack there, obviously. And then what happened? Bishop c6. Right, I was just kidding about that whole thing. You know, honestly. Okay. So what's up now? I'm supposed to play like e5 or something? As ugly as it is. Wow, I missed rook d8. Entirely. That's good. It was like instantaneous move by my opponent. We could try to defend that, but I don't see the need. I could play f6, I guess. Just kind of weakening. On the other hand, that bishop is pretty strong. I'll live with it. Now, next, for our next trick, we go for a kingside attack. What am I doing to break through here? Does anybody know? This is sort of ridiculous. Like, how can I not be able to improve my position? This is absurd. Okay, rook b1. There's got to be a way. I just don't know how. That's the only problem. That's my king over there. Okay, we're up. Gotta watch sacrifices and stuff like that. Whoa, queen g4 has been called. Where is this coming from? Rook d8. Positional game there. Oh my god. I don't know how to make progress here. This is crazy. Now knight c6. Mr. Robot. Interesting name. Pawn takes pawn, or not to play pawn takes pawn. An ending. What are we doing? God, this is what I expected long ago. I'm in a very bad way there. I mean, the opening was tremendous for white, I think, but I'm going to lose that game. Almost certainly. Well, I guess he's playing for a win. A5. How can I use my queen effectively in this one? I don't know what to do here. This is just really weird. The guy's also moving like instantaneously. I think white is better though. Even so. Okay, I just don't want to hang my queen. He found a defense there. Check, check. This should be enough to win, I think. Am I giving away too much? All right. Castles kingside. White's made a lot of progress, like in a Petrosian kind of type of situation. May just like start losing on time games now. "23 ongoing." What? This guy's defended unbelievably. What happened? He offered me a draw. Alright, that's fair. I don't have any time left anyway. Nefedov is like approximately equal, so I think that's fair. Borkro didn't move for like 100 moves in a row. I mean 100 minutes. Which was kind of strange. Okay, here. I mean, I'm criticizing you guys for moving too fast, but at the same time, occasionally get these guys who like think for half an hour, like they're waiting for me to like lose on time in all my games. Oh, I'm gonna drop a piece there? No. Alright, that's good. Knight b4 with all sorts of weird forks waiting for me. Okay, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna go here. That probably loses. Not necessarily though. Yes. It's just a fork, right? I'm gonna lose the exchange against him. Alright, fine, fine. What happened? I can pin him. That's a pretty strong pin. He takes f7. Now we got bishop development. Wow. What a game. Mr. Robot has played well. f4. And then this looks playable. We take his queen off. And then we've got the pin. Pin it and win it style. This guy is really scary. Alright. Very well. Maybe we just simplify here. I'm facing a lot of pressure. Mr. Sipo. And this game is something else. b4 should be played for. Oh, I just dropped a pawn. I probably shouldn't tell my opponents about that. But nevertheless, it happens. Shit happens. Maybe castle first. Look at the white setup here. Pieces are so well coordinated for Mr. Robot, it's almost unreal. But a3's hanging. Is that relevant? Probably relevant. I mean, I ought to try to do something. I'm going to get killed. Alright, a3. pretty standard, but maybe I should do something here. G6. Wow, good defense. Another excellent defender with will end 1400. Excellent defense. All right. I thought I was winning a piece here, but I guess I was misinformed. Unfortunately, looks like I was misinformed. We're getting really low on time. Yeah, we're just running out of time. I'm up a piece here. All right, I'll take it. White's play is awesome. Queen d5. Just can't really play that fast with all these boards at the same time. Let's see. B2. My queen is trapped. Opposite color bishop's probably not a good idea. Oh man, what am I gonna do? Running out of time, unfortunately. All over the place. Oh, not a good move. C6 is going to be a problem there. Man, this guy is no 1400. He's playing great and fast. Now another piece is hanging. But I've got a piece extra to make it work. Speaking of piece extra, I've got one here too. Though this is a little bit complicated. We should be careful. Not giving him too many pawns. What happened? Rook a6. Rook a6. It wasn't on a6 before? Thought it was on a6 before. Alright. h6. I don't know if Morales wants to draw here, but I guess this position is pretty equal. I probably need to lose a game or two. That guy's time usage is unreal for his rating. Oh no, he found this insane resource to not lose. That totally saves the game. Rook f7, not losing a piece. Now I might even be losing myself. And I dropped a pawn here. It's a total disaster. Okay. Dropped pawns. Bishop takes f6 was played. Wow. I'm just dropping pawns all over the place. Man, where am I going to go? Probably lost there against Neuromancer. What happened? Knight g3, that's what I expected, but sort of surprising. The time, just the time, all the time is the problem. This was a disaster. Could have won a piece and I didn't want it. Man. Now an interesting exchange. This guy offered a draw. I mean, whatever. It's going to be impossible to beat him. What did I get here? Bishop takes g6, or just back to d3. Maybe safer. Black's defense in this game is amazing. We're actually winning this one. Slightly better here. Can finally think about castling. But this ending is kind of tricky. White has played super well. Pretty much everyone has. Queen b2. What am I supposed to do? He's going to pile up on that. a5. Try to sack a pawn. He's got 37 minutes left. I mean, I figured I was going to lose to Neuromancer. This is a weird move. Queen c6. All right, let's not trade queens. Another tactical trick. I'm actually going to lose this game. The guy's 34 minutes left. Wow, I'm going to lose. That's pretty unfair. What can I do? All right. Rook a8. These are not easy to do, and I'm definitely out of practice. Time pressure has been huge. Here against Ayeste. I mean, I'm better, but it's not that much better. He's just playing so solidly, it's almost impossible to beat him. I have another rook here. This guy's defensive play, it's like frightening. You know, it's actually kind of frightening to me for his rating. I think I better be careful I don't lose that one. And now, better pray for a miracle of some kind. Trading is going to help me here. I don't think so. Whatever. He didn't take. Oh my God, what? Wow. This is actually a win. I won 2, draw 4, and 0 losses, but there will be losses, I assure you guys. I've got 2 pieces for rook here, kind of a technical ending. That ending there might be some vague hope for me in that rook ending, but I'm not really optimistic. We have like knight takes e5, yeah, right. I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry guys, no time for commentary. Knight g5 check. Does that help in some way? I'm basically playing for a draw in this position, if that's possible. Well, I thought I was on the verge of a sacrifice on g6 against Parmenides, but he didn't do it. Instead, he played rook f4, which is like a... Does anybody else get in time pressure or just me? Yeah, now Black's actually trying to attack me from this passive position. Bishop did what? Bishop takes h6. Wow, dude. All right. Wow. If I take on f3, oh no, it's check. What? Okay, I don't believe that. I mean, that's going too far. There's no way. Don't I have like knight c4 at some point here? 124. And this has turned into kind of a boring position. Bishop g4 is the idea. What the hell? What happened? King h7. This guy's insanely good. But passive position to get into. This is craziness. Saltigo. Luckily I could trade queens against apples. Otherwise I would have been hosed there as well. King f1. And then he just keeps trying to trade queens. I don't know, man. I mean, is that just to be annoying, or is it actually the best move? Looks like I should have a good game here. Maybe just c4. a5. I can't take that. This is just a murder, you know, Neuromancer. Whoever he is like insanely strong. This was a very good positional game. Maybe I can prolong the game a little bit. I would say he's close to master strength. Oh, we're still here on this game? Wow. After all that? He's like hoping I'll lose on time or something? What is going on here? Oh no. Another blunder. We're not even going to get like a single endgame today, which is unbelievable. F5 or something. So many strong players. What the heck is this game about, man? Where do you even come up with ideas like this? All right, I've got to be able to win that. And my knight comes back and stops this pawn. So what's going on there? Oh yeah, and he's a very good endgame player. Clash Kid absolutely stuffed me in an endgame recently. I think this is a strange moment to offer a draw. Rook takes f7. Okay. Luckily he missed rook c4 check. Maybe it didn't work. So I have chances to hold on there. This guy's speed is kind of scary. Knight b2, I guess. Blockading. Then we go with f3. Then he has queen d5 or something weird. Good God, man. Check the defender here in this game. Just unbelievable. Yeah, d5 is just a no-brainer for Mr. Robot. I was just wondering when he was going to play it. Very bad move, the previous move by me, of course. I guess I have to resign pretty much after d5. why you would think so long on that. It just wins instantly. It's a strange move to think so long about. I don't understand, like, what there's even to think about. You can take on d5. It was a horrible blunder last move, queen f8. I could just castle with like a better position. Anyway, I can probably just resign here. Pretty much perfect game by white. Looks like. Oh well, might as well not lose our other games if not necessary. Whoa. Oh no. C5? What? Knight f5 check? Sorry guys, no time for commentary. I'm just trying to stay alive in the games that I've got. Very strange that Mr. Robot would trade queens there. I don't understand why you would do that. I'm getting mated. Didn't see that. We're really close to getting mated, huh? Oh my god. Whoa. Really close to getting mated. Holy crap. Well, this looks like a nightmare. How am I going to not get mated here? Oh. Alright, what? Giving up the pawn. Okay. He missed h3. Romancer. What is going on? I'm getting mated here as well, I guess. This is probably a draw. What a game by Borkrow. Yeah, this is resigning. He should be resigning that. And then we're still clinging to life here in this horrible ending. Offered me a draw. What happened? Well, I'd like to see another move. Clash Kid again, very good endgame player. Mr. Robot basically letting me off the hook in a winning position. But I'm still probably worse. But there's hope at least. Unless he blundered here. Bishop takes, queen takes. Can we survive a kind of rook ending? He takes with the pawn. What's going on here? Bishop takes, pawn takes. He can't. Okay, whoa. Alright, what's up? What a game, man. This is unreal. Black never loses material. Now he's actually like attacking me. This guy's scary too. I mean, Yule has 30 minutes left in that lost position. Yeah, I'll take a draw. Oh, yo, it's a draw. All right, I opt for a draw. Sorry, I didn't see you had that. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, that's the move. The move of horror. The horror move. Alright, you're not going to accept a draw now, dude? Really? Are you serious? Alright, that's cool. I understand. That's pretty normal. Right? Rook at a4. I should get my queen back. This should be winning. I'm in a pretty nasty situation here. He's like gonna beat me now. Sipa. That's a draw as well. The one thing we can rely on Soltigo is to occasionally go too far. Jesus, who is this guy? And he has like 30 minutes left. Oh my god. This seems silly. No. I think that Yule should just resign. It's just making it hard for me to play my other games. No, I'm trying to do this. Let's see. We've got to reposition ourselves. Might be worse there. That's a check. At least like a few people actually use their time. They're just playing like it's a bullet tournament for the most part, which always pisses me off. What is that? I don't know. This game I've been waiting for a move for like 3 years, so I have no idea like what's happening in the position. I completely lost track. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Yeah, this guy wouldn't resign if it was like $1 million. Okay, that was a knight on c6. Oh, I didn't even realize. Whoa. What the heck? Oh my god, it's like a study or something. Yeah. It's cool. This is winning. This is probably a draw or something. Like he has a reason to play on. Yevgeny is lost, finally, for sure. They're all playing as fast as like humanly possible. Okay, we take the king here. Yesta is playing an insane positional game. Bishop, he played knight h1. But at least Negro Modelo takes his time and thinks about his moves. Alright, here. What happened? King c2. Bishop f5. What is going on? Okay, queen g6. I see. I think I should be okay here, but it's still not that easy. Clash Kid plays extremely strong endgames. It looks like Sipo kind of cracked trying to attack. And that's the end of me losing an exchange there. Whoa. I guess we're lost here. I guess the time pressure just proved too much. I don't think I had any problems with my position, but ultimately he's heading for g4. This guy is a... What is this guy? He's like a monster. Parmenides played a great game. Am I lost? I don't know. Right. So many amazing games. I wouldn't know how to start, you know, how well some of you guys play. I feel like it's just brutal. Alright, I've got to play this, not to lose on time. This is really ridiculous not to resign there, down pieces and stuff. You're making my life kind of difficult. Yeah, rook c4. Now we gotta wait for him to run out of moves, I guess. Whoa. Okay. This has got to be a draw. I don't think his extra pawn is worth anything. Oh, he's threatening something. Yeah. Another defense where none appeared to exist. Mother of God, this guy. And he's got 34 minutes left? What? This is just this, dude. Not to resign. I mean, I'm definitely not going to play him anymore. I mean, that's just totally rude. Alright. If you just don't resign in, like, hopelessly lost positions, I will not play you again. It's sorry, but it's just kind of dis to do that to people, you know. I'm trying to do this kind of as a service. It's not necessary to make my life difficult, like on purpose. You know, if it's somewhat unclear, it's totally okay. But if you're like down and you have no pieces left, and you know, it's really just this. You have no pieces left, and you're playing on with the king against rook and knight. I mean, it's totally not correct. Okay, which way do we want to take here? We take with the rook. The rook. I'm going to offer a draw. I think he'll take it. I don't know. Lord Jesus Christ is pretty correct. All right. Rook d1. Is this even a good move? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go back, and then I'm in Zugzwang. Is that it? Zugzwang. Holy crap. It's like a study endgame. He's got 40 minutes left. Oh my god, it is. Yeah, just resign. This is very hard to save as well. I'll just resign that game. We lost a whole bunch of games on time that were not really fair. I don't know why those particular boards were flagging so fast, but I just couldn't even stop it. Whatever. This is probably a draw now, though I am theoretically up a pawn. The one game was sort of pissing me off, that game where it was a king and pawn end game, and he played to win on time, the Marius guy. I mean, he should just resign. That's just totally rude. Okay. We'll put you on the bad Santa list for next time. This one I feel like I'm lucky to be alive still. I was probably lost if he doesn't wholesale trade all the rooks there. Maybe I still am lost. But the precision with which my opponents are playing is insane. You know, even this endgame might be lost for me. I'm not sure. But if you want to win on time, you can win on time. I mean, it's not like it's a big accomplishment. Take here. There's nothing, you know, gained by winning on time in a... You're down 3 pieces, you know. Congratulations. You played a really good game, man. What can I say? It's like perverse misunderstanding of the point of this. Alright, I can play h5 here and I'm like sealed off against Borkro. Can I take that? This guy was crazy good. Like, his defense was like a GM in a bad position or something. Alright. Now I know Ayesta, how tough he is. We ought to be able to hold on there somehow. Okay, what are we doing? We're going... Now he's going to go take my f5. Alright. This guy's persistently been insanely fast as well. Ooh, Parmenides, do you have enough here? Or you're down a piece still? What is going on there? This was a good game, and Negro Medella really used his time correctly. Try to find good moves. Now, what's going on here with the Master of Defense? Did we manage to win a pawn somehow? He's got 33 minutes left. Like, how is that even possible? He could have that much time left. That's so insane. And be worse, you know, like the whole game. And find defensive moves. Like, normally when you have the worst position, it's harder to find moves than the side with the better position. Alright, here we're just barely clinging to life. I have... Oh, this is like a... It's like an endgame study by my opponent. That's so classic. Queen g2. Oh, I'm dropping a rook. Of course. Okay, I resign. Good game, man. Sipo, 1200. Good game, dude. Alright, next game. Dropped a rook on a2. Just couldn't keep up with his pace there. I have a5, which doesn't work. And looks like this move might be okay. Barely defending. Just a robot. Alright. But now, I play rook g8, and then we're going to be in some bizarre situation. Can I defend this against mate in 1, 2, 3? I have a5. I'm not sure if he missed that. Maybe he's just making progress on the king side. I'm just going to offer draw. I don't know, Mr. Robot might grind me down here, but it's still a theoretical draw. Thanks for the draw, Lord Jesus Christ. There were a few suspicious games, you know, but for the most part, I just don't like getting flagged with like king against queen and rook, you know, or 2 pawns down in a king and pawn endgame and stuff like that. But you know, if you outplay me, then all due respect. My God, man, you are absolutely abnormal. Saltigo, how do you even create these kind of positions you get me into? Rook, it looks like maybe Parmenides ran out of stuff, which is fortunate. He was probably winning at some point. And this one might be a fortress type of thing. Maybe I can actually, well, I mean, it's optimistic to say that, but maybe there's still hope, in other words. Now I don't know. He's got mate. He's also super fast. Clash Kid plays like the endgame like a GM. This is incredibly difficult for me. I don't know if I can survive this. Oh. Don't I ever have any kind of tricks or anything? I'm so tired. I would just like take a draw in a lot of lost positions. I mean, winning positions at this point. Man, this was a tough fight, but I'm really in a bad way here. Okay, queen a4. Maybe trying to keep the pieces, some pieces on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, how do I, you know, unplug myself from this responsibility of protecting my rook? Alright, I'm going to take that pawn. We might be able to win this ending, a pawn up, but there's no guarantee. Macros played tough. It's been a tough game. Okay, what happened? I mean, that pawn looks pretty fast. Wow. Take king d6 or something. It's probably a draw. This is really strange. My bishop has, it's like, should I play a5 or not? Yeah, I'll take a draw here, I guess. Don't I have a perp? Let's see if I have a move. Well, no. Yeah, I'll take the draw, Saltigo. Got a lot of draws. 9 draws, 4 wins, 4 losses. Pretty insane result for people to score. That's one of the best ever. What happened? Parmenides dropped a piece. Okay, he ran out of ammunition. Now I just do a4 check. And I have no moves with my bishop. Is that important? That I have no moves for my bishop, I can move my king and back and forth, basically. Right now my pawn is hanging. 2 pawns are hanging. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Bishop. I have a a4, a3, a2 idea. I guess. Ooh, this is kind of tricky. I underestimated him. But it's dangerous for him too. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so what happens now? I know what happens now. I lose. It's like study, in-game study in a 40-40 simul. Standard. And what am I going to do? Maybe I should play like bishop c5 or something. This is not a joke. I'm going to lose a pawn there. Queen e2. Queen takes b6. Queen d1 check. Damn. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna lose that. But I mean, Clash Kids endgame is like, it's unbelievable. It's like playing Karpov himself. Here, do we have any hope? Maybe. I'm a little worried about my e4 pawn. Not liking that. He's headed for that idea. Maybe I should move my king. Okay. Wow, king went back. I was scared he was going to come through to the other side. Yeah, this is like perverse endgame studies. Right. Now I might even be lost. Maybe not. He has to take on d6 first, then he takes on d7. And I'm taking on... But his pass pawn is really advanced too. I don't know. Whoa, maybe I'm winning here against Ayesta, who has 22 minutes left. Hint, hint, take your time, you know? If you're losing with 22 minutes left, I mean, that's ridiculous. Okay, this game was weird. He's 1600. I'm close to getting mated now. That's mate, okay. So f3, I guess, is possible. g3 is possible too, but it loses a pawn. Rook c4, maybe? Is there any sense in checking him? What a weird position. Now I have b4, which I think actually improves my position. If he had played bishop b6 right away, I think white might be winning there in the last position. After king g8, bishop b6 with the idea of bishop c5. I don't know what I do. But maybe b4 will save me, ironically. Ayesta just drifted into this position. Wow. Is there any hope? Okay, he's got knight a5 now. I can defend that barely. I never played someone who it was so difficult to exchange pieces against as this opponent. And I'm like constantly in Zugzwang all the time. This might be a draw now, though before I'm pretty sure I was lost. Ayesta just definitely shouldn't have lost. Now, mate in 1-2-3 might actually have some dangers. He could actually, you know, get checkmated or blunder, theoretically. We lost a couple games. We're doing bad, theoretically, but there were like 2 games that we lost on time that were kind of bogus, I feel. But anyway, it's been good, a good simul in general. A lot of tough games, a lot of strong players. There were very few players who were really legitimately like playing like they're 1500. In fact, only like 1 or 2 I can think of. But here, you know, I'm just going to hang out, and I don't understand like what he's doing to make progress there. Yeah, this is a weird ending. I hope he doesn't have some trick. You're offering me a draw? You know what? You should have offered a draw before, because now I'm better. I just realized. We've got to be merciless. I'm too nice a guy normally, but I think here it may still be a draw, but I definitely have the upper hand with my king getting free and all my pawns on the right color. It's possible white has so much space that I can't win, but I owe it to myself after getting tortured by him to try to do the same. Okay. With Macros, I'm a little bit worried, but I might have perps. I have pretty obvious perps with queen c1 and queen f4 check. His pawn's one further square advanced, but okay, now rook h2. I guess I just have to go back here. Can't very well drop h4 with check. And we're threatening queen c1 check and queen f4, and we're also threatening to take the pawn and that kind of good stuff. Wow, mate in 1, 2, 3 has to be careful here. That's what I was talking about. Maybe he has resources though, but it looks like Negro Modelo drifted. In time pressure, he actually had to use his time, which is what most people should have to do, you know. And he's actually pretty high rated. You know, unlike the guys who are like 1200 and flagging me, he actually had to use his time. 4 wins, 9 draws. Okay, there have been some draws agreed because I was in time pressure, and some legitimate draws. Okay, so this is a draw by rep, right? Alright, now Clash Kid has the very subtle knight d5 check threat. I have rook h8, but then he'll maneuver over with rook g7. Alternatively, I could play something like rook g6. That looks stupid. Rook h8, rook g7, rook g8, knight d5 check, king d7, rook takes, knight f6 check, bye-bye. I can play, I guess I can play king f6. It's a strange move, but it's actually probably not bad, believe it or not. Now, he's offering me a draw. I mean, that seems almost generous. I'm down the full exchange here, and his knight is strong, but I have some threats, I guess. But I don't see it. I mean, I don't see myself having anything more than a draw at best, you know. So I'm happy with a draw against mate in 1, 2, 3. That game I probably should have lost for sure. All right, that's good. I mean, I didn't see how I could possibly play for a win there. We're going to win that c2 pawn. I don't want to trade too many pawns, but I can't avoid the exchange of at least one of them there. All right. And now I guess we just walk in and take all his lunch money. Is it so easy? Well, he has too many pawns on the dark squares. Sadly, he was winning, I think, with that bishop b4 idea I was talking about. I think that's got to be winning for me. Okay. I probably missed something, but this is a draw by rep against Macros. I was on the verge of getting mated earlier, but this is cool. All right, good game. It was interesting. I'm sorry that a lot of the games are marred by time pressure. We really wish that wasn't the case. Maybe king f6 here. Man, he's played unbelievable. Gotta find another move, something better. Maybe rook d8. No, we just walk in. on board row, I think there it was, you know, at move, just a few moves ago, he was winning. I didn't see any way I could avoid him playing bishop b4, bishop b6, sorry, bishop b6, bishop c5, that idea. All right. Now another move I just totally didn't expect in time pressure. Did I just drop something finally? I hope so. Just put me out of my misery, Clash Kid. It's getting hard to think of anything to do here except move back and forth. Why do I want to go to g1? I don't know, rook d4 or something like that might be good. Problem is getting tired. Uh-oh, there's knight b4 check. That's not really a problem though, is it? Yeah, getting tired is bad. But there's knight here, that's more important. What happened? I thought I just lost on time. Oh my god, I freaked out. I was like, oh, I lost on time. Oh my god. I thought my c-pawn was hanging against Clash Kid too. I have to bear down again. It's unbelievable playing against him. Alright, now what's he threatening? Just, it's been one threat after another. Rook a8 or something? No, that doesn't help me. Rook h8 maybe. Trying to get some counterplay. I thought I lost on time. I was like freaking out. This is a really long simul, and I haven't done one in a while. So, hey Gladys Troll, what's up? Sorry, I haven't, yeah, good game, Macros. I haven't been watching the chat at all. That is the case with these really tough simuls. My king is just too powerful here for white to tolerate. It's just an unbelievable ending. I mean, my king was paralyzed on h7 and he let me out and offered a draw. But I'm just walking in and winning then. You know, it's like Robin Hood of the kings. He was announcing this mate for like 3 times. Uh-oh, somebody was announcing mate. We've got just the 2 games left. Okay, I didn't even realize we were down to 2. Okay, alright man, let me just stay focused a little bit longer here. Clash Kid knight a4. It's tiring me out. The rook check is possible. But I thought I would wait, you know. His rook is actually somewhat misplaced. Like, somewhat misplaced on e5, I think. Any endgame with knights on the board is super tricky. I lost a couple games on time. 11 draws is an all-time record, probably. I tried to begin the simul with the policy of not accepting any draws, but when the time got down to under a minute, I was like still playing 18 boards, and I had to like start offering draws to people where it was relatively equal. I'm announcing mate for 3 times. What mate? Troll, I don't understand. What mate you were talking about? We've got 1 game left. Did I get mated or something? Oh my god. I mated myself against that other... Oh my god, the other game. I mated myself? That's what you're talking about. I didn't know. If I knew, I wouldn't have mated myself, man. You realize that, right? Like, if I knew I got mated, I wouldn't have... I've been talking, you know, I would have known what you were talking about. But since I didn't know about it, I didn't know what you were talking about. How is it possible? I mated myself? How could I have mated myself? He wasn't doubled on the H file. How was it even possible? I played rook d4, and then he played... I always had a square for my king. I mated myself, but even how was it even possible? He wasn't doubled on the H file, and I always had a flight square for my king. I don't understand how I got mated. That doesn't make sense. I don't even see how it's conceivable. Yeah, now he's still harassing me here. My knight has been the problem, you know, the whole stupid game. That ridiculous knight. It's just crazy. Maybe my rook should go to h3. We have a little bit of counterplay. You all saw it happen. You didn't have the flight square, but why? My king on f1. But I should have had a square on e2. That's what I don't understand. Why didn't my king have the e2 square? If my king was on f1, it should have gone to e2. What was on e2? I don't understand. e2 was, I put my other rook on e2? Oh, he put his rook somewhere where it protected the e file. Okay. We've been going in circles for like 10 moves. I mean, I didn't even think of that plan. I was only concerned about him doubling on the h file. So, that's insane. So this is my only game. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed by that. I mean, I'm tired, but I should have seen it. I mean, that's ridiculous. Alright, now the knight thing. Maybe I can reposition my knight on e8 to f6. I was thinking. King here. King g6. Knight e8, knight f6. And try like that. It's still even not a good square. I need my knight on a better square. I think best when it's one game to focus on. 8 wins, 11 draws, and 5 losses. Probably not my worst result, but the draw number is like massive. Yeah, so originally I was going to play knight e8, knight f6. But Clash Kid, his 1800 blitz rating does him no justice. Sometimes he plays much stronger. This game has really been brutal. I think I have to play to f6. I'd love to put my knight on a better square. You know, I'd love to get my knight on c6, but it's just too slow. He's constantly threatening stuff. Maybe. There he goes again. It's okay. I can play here. And I feel like I should be active enough now. Unless I blundered. We should be okay here, but I still don't think I can win. Maybe I'm full of it. Okay, if knight a4, I play check, and I've got counterplay. Oh, he's going to give me the a2 pawn. Of course, this didn't even enter my mind. It's another thing. It's like these Zwischenzugs that you don't even consider, you know, constantly trying for more. After a 3-hour simul, you think he would be satisfied with a draw, but he's like playing for a win in an equal position. All right. Equal but imbalanced, I would call this. There's no way I should be worse here. He actually has this weakness, this weakness. I only have one really concrete weakness on a5. I need to bring my king back to the center, I think. Tricky situation, though. This is not the first time that Clash Kid has been the last player who I played in one of my simuls. It's probably like the second or third time this has happened. Yeah, the simuls are always unrated. Now he's going into it again, like increasing the, almost like increasing the variance of the game by exchanging rooks into a pure knight end game. is like the kind of riskiest but most aggressive way to play, in a sense. Maybe I should keep the rooks on. I mean, I can play rook a1, you know. Why do I have to exchange rooks? And make your king feel more comfortable. I mean, he like has a slightly better king, and if I exchange rooks there, I think that makes his king feel more comfortable. Now I need to improve my king. Oh, I see. I'm going to lose. Well, I've got to be able to defend my pawn, I guess. He just finds the right move instantly, like every time. Can I do anything about this? Rook a3. He just instantly finds the right move. I'm probably just lost now. Not the first time he totally outplayed me in an ending. The speed at which he found the right moves here is discouraging. I think it's just lost. No counterplay for me. I don't know. Maybe this? Something weird? Probably no hope. It's just lost. Gotta start trying to get some counterplay on the other side. He just like instantly. Yeah, no, the moves are human. He's just, you know, remarkably fast. He doesn't even try to win the pawn, just going with this. Just instant. Easy win for white now. Amazing endgame technique. I guess I had to trade rooks, ironically, after all. That's probably my losing move, not trading rooks. That's so sad. Frustrating. He's like instantaneous move again. Man, that's irritating. Alright. Why is he playing so fast? Like he has to go somewhere, I think. That's what it must be. He must actually have to go somewhere. So rook takes c3. Rook takes c3, knight d5 check, king b7, knight takes c7. Oh no. But he has another move. Rook takes c3, rook check. He doesn't have to go to b7, he can go to somewhere else. Like a7. No, a7's no good. Well, we might as well try it because it's my only move. Yeah, I see now. He'll probably figure this out in 3 seconds. Yeah, but Lord of Puzzles, dude, you probably shouldn't give people moves. Like, when we're down to one game, it's not really good form to just like suggest the best move for somebody. Just, so you know. There's not that much delay, dude. And it's a long game, so you're like giving him the right answer. You guys should not do that in this situation. I guess the last try is to push my pawn down. Wow, he found that. Nice game. Yeah, that was amazing. Perfect technique by White. Very, very quick. He must have had somewhere to go that he had to make like instant moves at the end. I think it was very well played, but I'm surprisingly he was blitzing with like 10 minutes on the clock here. So this position is probably slightly better for White. After this, he offered a trade of rooks, and I guess that's like best move according to Stockfish. And I guess I did the right thing by playing rook a1, my only move. And then I thought I was okay, but he comes up with this plan. And I don't understand what I did wrong. So I went here. And now the engine says rook d3, which doesn't do anything. But he plays... Oh, he played the engine move, rook d3. That's weird. I mean, that's not a very human move. I mean, I don't think I would play that. What does that even do? It's hard to figure that out. He played that like pretty fast. And I played this, and now it's easy. King a3, rook f1, king a4, and it's just lost. But finding rook d3, I mean, I don't understand even like what that move does, Apparently that's the only winning move for White here. No, it just defends the pawn. Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, he had to. All right, I'm crazy. Okay, so he has to defend the pawn. I mean, maybe I'm just lost here. I guess it was just lost. I don't know. The whole position is just lost. Like, there's no defense. How do you defend this? Rook d2. Okay, you've got to find that move first of all. That's star, but. King b2, rook f1, rook d3, and I guess I could play e5. Okay, maybe this move. I'm still lost. Rook e3. He has a 2-against-1 majority on the queen side, and I'm dealing with this broken, immobile majority on the king side, so I can't actually improve. Yeah, I didn't understand what rook d3 does. It just defends f3. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's not much I could do. I don't think it's a draw. But I thought a fantastic plan by him here. Well, the whole game was awesome, except for the opening, I guess. But just no way for me to hold on. It's just lost. Check out the mate game. Yeah, that guy was torturing me on the clock the whole game. Where I murdered myself with mate in 1. Where is that game? Here? Okay, yeah, I just didn't see he was threatening mate in 1. I was better until the last move. The computer says I'm winning, but I mean, it's actually really, really hard. I have to play like perfectly. My last move was what? rook there, king f1 there, and then I have to go back to g1. I guess I was about to make that move, and then I just didn't see that the e-file was covered. Yeah, but I mean, it's easy for the computer to say, I'm winning, you know. I don't think it's that easy, dude. You have to play like a sequence of 10 perfect moves to win this position for white, probably. And I'm not going to find that kind of moves with no time left on the clock. It's actually very precarious. He's kind of better coordinated than me. So, but we lost a couple of silly games. This guy who wouldn't resign with the, you know, that one ending. The king and pawn endgame guy. This guy, Marius Cyprian. I was just hosed out of the opening. But I mean, you should just resign here at the end. And he was like playing on to win on time. And the other one was like, oh, this was unbelievable. This guy got faster and faster. Apparently I could have saved this if I had seen what was happening, but I blundered with knight c3. I couldn't find perfect moves again. King c4 might save me. It's very, very tough though. I don't know about that game. And there was another game that was very insane. The game with the defensive genius. This guy, Sipo won. I mean, okay, I was like winning the whole game, but his defense in this game is unbelievable. You know, and his rating is like 1500. I mean, this guy defended like a demon. And then I like blundered my rook. And I resigned in a winning position. Oh my god. That's so sick. I resigned in a winning position. I looked at queen g2 and I was like, okay, I saw queen takes a2 and I was just like, oh, I'm just down a piece, you know. But he's just getting mated in two. That's so sick. Oh my god. So I just resigned in a winning position. That's crazy. He made me play like 60 moves to try to, and he only like really lost because he tried to push for a win. You know, I think he was kind of hanging on here and he started going crazy attacking me. He played f4. You know, the guy defended like a genius to reach this position. And then he played f4, which was exceedingly insane and risky. You know, weakening all of his white squares. To try to like flag me basically. I had a minute on the clock. He had 35 at this point. Like, check that out. He has 35 minutes and I have 1. He's played that fast and defended really well. And now, you know, I overlooked my rook is hanging in this position. I didn't find the best moves. I mean, I didn't find crazy tactics. So I gave him a little bit of play. And I found the mate, you know, here. Actually, does this even work? What's happening on pawn takes pawn again? Yeah, queen d3 check. I take his rook and then I have queen g6. That was almost impossible to find. And then, so we get here and I take and he takes and I think I'm hanging a piece. That game was, that was the other one. That was really tough. But Neuromancer played this opening. Ooh, he's 11 cent upon loss with 2 inaccuracies. That's pretty good, dude. He's 2291 in rapid. 2081. That's a really strong game, dude. 11 cent upon in a 40-40. I mean, it's possible, but for a relatively long game, that's impressive. And this guy played. I thought this is a really interesting line. He basically invented a new variation of the King's Indian here. I mean, and I think that white is better in this position. I mean, this is a totally new move. Rook c1 novelty. And it makes a lot of sense. He has this pressure down the line. Okay, the other moves are playable, but This is weird. Rook c1, e5, d5, knight d4, and then just challenge my knight. And I was freaking here. Apparently I have knight g4. I didn't see this. This is a good pawn sacrifice. I totally missed this idea. So there were a lot of good games, guys. A lot of interesting games, and it was pretty tough. So the final score, 8 wins, 11 draws, 6 losses. Everyone, I think the average level here was something like, I don't know. I mean, it had to be approaching 2,000. Although the ratings are all messed up because they're the so-called classical ratings. You can't use these ratings to gauge the strength of the players. Everyone is like an average of 2,000 or something. They're not 1,500 Mercury 1322. These are just provisional classical ratings that just mean nothing for the most part. Some of the players' ratings actually are legitimately close, but because they only created the classical and rapid ratings a few months ago, or a month ago, whenever it was, none of these ratings are really relevant. People that are 1,500 are really like 2,200, and it's all messed up. And it's going to be that way for a while, unless people start playing really long classical games. So, I mean, it's like impossible. You just have to ignore your opponent's rating in the classical games. Neuromancer was like a master, and Sipo played like a 2,000 player, and they're like 1,200 and 1,500. Yeah, stream's over, guys. I've got to go. Borkro, yeah, I think you were winning. Wait a minute. Let me take a look before I leave. The Borkro ending, I thought I was just lost. I think I was lost, right? I didn't even see b4. I'm actually surprised b4 is a win. Oh, b4 is a cute win. Yeah, actually that's another win. After king c2, a5, it suddenly becomes unclear. But if you played b4 right away, ironically, like putting all of your pawns on the wrong color, you just do the plan of bishop b6, bishop here, and I'm lost. You put me in Zugzwang because I can't move my king out. If my king's on e8, yeah, actually even that's lost. So you were just totally winning. You played a perfect opening. And I misplayed the king side. So I blundered here. Pretty bad playing g6. I was just down on 1 minute on the clock. I never would have done this in a long game, but I'm just put the pawns on white squares, But he's got f6, and now I'm on the verge of lost. The engine points out I have a tactical save by g5, because it doesn't matter if he's up a pawn if all of his pawns are on the wrong color. But I need a place to put my king. I have no place to put my king. So this g5 would have lost a pawn but saved the game. But instead I just left myself in a coffin with h5. And even this might have been okay, but a5, I don't know. I think I must be lost though. After a5, maybe not. Maybe a5 surprisingly would save the game. But I would never find that move with a minute left and a bunch of games to play. And I played b5, which is a normal move, but now I have no squares. And I have another chance to play a5. I keep myself in the game. King b3, a4 check, king c3. Now apparently, here I said I was lost. I thought I was lost, if you play bishop b6. But apparently I have some move. This I missed. So I was claiming that this was lost, but it's very sharp, because if I play bishop d6, you play bishop c5, and I play bishop and start grabbing pawns, and it becomes a race. It looks like bishop takes h4, and my h-pawn is really close to queening. King takes b5, and I don't know. I can play bishop g3, and he can't stop my pawn. Okay, so my variation doesn't win, but you actually had a win earlier by playing b4, and that's game over. So it's counterintuitive. You put all your pawns on the wrong color and you win. Anyway, guys, tomorrow don't forget I'm going to play Blitz and Rapid Chess in the morning, 10 a.m. CET, here on lichess and Twitch. I want to thank you guys who subscribed for being subscribers. And someone asked if I'm from Washington State. I don't know if you're talking to me. Sometimes people are having conversations in the stream, and I'm not sure. I just caught the end of it. I'm not from Washington. I live in Hungary. I'm from the United States, though. But I'm about to close down the stream, so we're going to be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. CET, Blitz and Classical Chess. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing. If you enjoyed playing and enjoyed the simul, please subscribe. We do this every Sunday. Next week will be like 30-30 because I got to go play some game in the morning a little bit faster. But this was hard. This is the first time I've done one of these in like 3 weeks, so I forgot how tough it really is. Plus, I'm just getting over a cold, not really at full strength yet. So anyway, excuses aside, it was really tough. A lot of strong players, and never easy in the first place to play these. So the clock is just running out. Make it 8 a.m. right? I feel like that. I'll see you later, troll, and don't forget to tune in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.